Welcome everyone to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Monica. I'm a tarot reader and astrologer based in Cairns in Australia. And I thought, as the name suggests, it's about time I do an introduction video for myself. Being a fire sign, naturally I'm a bit self-centered, so this shouldn't be a problem talking a little bit about myself. I thought I'd do this, I guess because I personally like it when other tarot readers out there on YouTube do introduction videos about themselves. I'm always curious about the person behind the videos. So, as you know, my name is Monica, and if you're wondering where my accent comes from, I was born in Romania. I was born on a full moon. I have my natal sun sign in Sagittarius and my moon sign in Gemini. And for the astrology buffs out there, my ascendant is in Capricorn. So I lived in Romania until I was 12, when my parents decided to move to New Zealand, which is where much later on I came across tarot and astrology. I came across tarot completely by accident, I guess you can say. I actually talked about this in a video I did earlier on about my first tarot deck and how I came to obtain my first tarot deck. And I love tea, by the way, in case it's not clear. So yeah, I was in a bookshop and I saw their stand on tarot decks, and just out of curiosity I bought one home. I still remember very vividly that experience of getting that tarot deck home and opening it up, and of course, not knowing anything about tarot, I decided to do a Celtic crossbred, which is the last thing someone with no knowledge of tarot should do. But and I wish I had written that down actually, and I didn't, but I do remember you know, laying out all the cards in the Celtic cross and just the energy in the room, and it was truly magical for me. So I basically from that point on did learn about tarot as often as I could. I expanded my tarot collection. I went to classes. I learned with a wonderful tarot reader and astrologer from New Zealand called Fern Mercier. I still hold her teaching in very high regard, and from what I've seen around, it's really at the top of her game. There's not many readers out there that I hold in that regard. I learned a tremendous amount through tarot, because it's not just about the cards themselves. It's there's so much more infused in the tarot, and I think that's why I have absolutely loved and been drawn to it so much. You know, there's numerology, there's spirituality, there's symbolism, there's Kabbalah, there's psychology, there's, I mean, you name it, you can take your pick. And of course the artwork these days is just incredible what's coming up there. So I got into tarot and astrology, and then I moved to Australia in 2011. I moved to the Whitsundays, which is where the name for my YouTube channel comes from. I lived in the Whitsundays until last year when we decided to move to Cairns. And I have decided to keep the name Whitsunday Oracle because, well, I guess it's dear to me. The Whitsundays were really my first home, and I still consider it home. We have a lot of friends there. We still own our house there, and who knows, maybe one day we will move back. It's a really beautiful, well, beautiful doesn't cut it. I would say that it's a stunning part of the world, and in Australia it's like one of the gems in Queensland's coast. It's idyllic, lots of beautiful islands and sandy beaches, and it's nice and hot, which is how I like things. Being a fire sign, I've never liked the cold. Absolutely love that feeling of endless summers and no socks and all the good things that go along with summer. Now, I started reading tarot fairly early on. I think it was probably about a year after I got into tarot, after I bought my first deck, that I started reading formally for people that I didn't know as paying clients. And at the beginning, this wasn't a lot. You sort of do it now and then. There might be a festival here or a gathering there where you do it. And when I moved to Australia, my partner at the time, who is now my husband, his dad had a wonderful Toyota Coaster bus, and it had really all the mod cons inside. We had like the fridge freezer even, and a lovely bed at the back. For those of you who are into that sort of lifestyle, would appreciate just how wonderful these buses are. And it also came with a really awesome awning. So we decided to take the bus, I think it was around 2013, we took it to a local festival, and I read tarot cards there throughout the festival. I converted the awning into a really nice and cozy reading space. It was very private, which is something that I've always liked about that setup. And people could come in and they'd have the space and the privacy, and like people couldn't see who was inside, and I really, really appreciated that, for both for myself and for my clients. I also taught tarot at festivals and also in small classes. So really, tarot for me is one of my big passions in life, as is astrology. And lately, in the last few years, I really started to be drawn towards natural magic. To be honest, I think that was a part of me always since I was young. I've always been comfortable, and I've always loved being in nature. I have always been drawn to trees and rivers and creeks and pebbles, and just the wonderful, wonderful and soothing and healing quality that nature, in particular wild places, offer us. So what is my channel all about? I actually can't give you a concrete answer there. Obviously it's about tarot, and I want it to be also about astrology and also about natural magic. So far it has been heavily on the tarot side, and I think that's because of just the medium of tarot being a visual medium. It's so much easier to show through video, but I certainly want to expand that into astrology and also into a bit of natural magic. So that will be the focus of my channel, but also I wanted to use it as a platform to share my insights as a reader, what I've learned from working as a tarot reader, because I don't seem to find a lot of that out on YouTube. And don't get me wrong, I love seeing people from all walks of life using tarot cards and showcasing their wonderful collections, and forming a bond with their tarot cards and using them for their own personal journeying, writing, for their own spiritual practice. I have absolutely no issue with that whatsoever, and I think it's wonderful because it has really elevated the tarot world and given it so much exposure. I was actually surprised when I first got onto YouTube. I'm a bit of a latecomer to the party here on YouTube, and it's been absolutely mind-blowing to see just how much there is on YouTube. But for me, yes, there is that side of tarot which is deeply personal, and I work with it for myself as well, for normal everyday questions, but also for spiritual questions and I guess self-development questions, I guess you can call them. That's one side of it. For me, there's also the other side, and that is my work as a reader. I do offer readings to the public. I will put a link down below to my website where you can see what I offer. I basically offer tarot readings and astrology consultations, and I hope to do that basically until I die. It is certainly my number one vocational path in life for me, and I hold that space of reading for the public. To me, that's a sacred space, it's a sacred time, and I highly value that. And I'll always see tarot as being part of that, and my work as a reader is really working for clients out there and applying tarot in that sense. I hope to expand on this channel over the coming months and years. I am also a mother. I have 2 young children, so because of that, and I have absolutely no regrets or no, I don't hold that against my children whatsoever, but my time is limited, and I will upload as I can, I guess as time permits. But it won't be, I can't commit to a regular schedule because of that. When we've got holidays or when the kids are sick. My youngest is 4 years old, so she's not at school yet, and she's with me virtually every single day. And I love that. I feel exceptionally privileged and lucky, and without sounding cliched, I do feel blessed to be able to be at home with her. And I think that once both my kids will be in school, then I'll have a bit more time to upload a bit more regularly. But for now, it is what it is. And to conclude, I welcome any questions. And I really want to say thank you. It's a really genuine thank you to all those who have subscribed to my channel and who have commented and who have provided such encouraging feedback. I so value that, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And I thought, to conclude, I will take a tarot deck and draw 3 cards and see what does the tarot have to, what do the cards have to say about me as a reader and as a content creator here on YouTube on tarot and astrology. So this is a bit impromptu. I will, you know what, I'm gonna go with my Rider-Waite-Smith, because this is my first tarot deck, my Universal Rider-Waite-Smith, and I have done a video on my first tarot deck if you wish to check that out. So I'm just gonna draw 3 cards and let the deck offer you 3 cards about me. Let's have a look. What would the tarot cards like to let my viewers out there know about me? Okay. This is interesting. This is going to be... Let's have a look. Okay, I've just cut. So, card number 1, 10 of Cups. Oh, that's beautiful. I do very much feel the energy of this card when I'm in my tarot space. So this is the 10 of Cups, and it's happiness and joy for me, and it's emotional fulfillment above everything else to be in this space and to create content and also to work as a reader. My second card is the Ace of Swords. Brilliant. Now, Swords, of course, is about the mind, and the Ace of Swords is about new ideas and using what's up here as well to think about and to create. All aces are about creation and the new coming into our lives. So this is wonderful. And oh, I get the Magician as my final, my third and final card. And yes, this to me, it is about manifesting, but I also see the Magician as being about my pull towards natural magic, elemental magic, working with nature spirits, working with just the energy of the Great Spirit and the energy of Mother Nature. So these are wonderful cards to obtain, to give you a bit of information about me. And again, thank you so much for watching. I'm happy to answer any questions. If you would like to, you can either pop a comment or send me a message. Thank you.